terms of Australian esports and Counter-Strike in general, I think we've always just been behind. In Australia, it wasn't very accepting. Go back like 5-10 years ago, it definitely wasn't as popular. I remember when I was growing up, I was more of a closet gamer. I used to love playing rugby, but I also loved being a gamer, but I wouldn't tell my mates that I play it so much.
You know, you try to be the best in your neighborhood, then you try to be the best in the city or whatever, and then eventually we ended up here somehow. I don't even know. It all came up so fast.
Just happy to be here.
I think I got introduced to Counter-Strike when I was probably about 15, 16 years old. And it was just at school, just playing at the graphics rooms labs. Some people were just playing Counter-Strike and I was like, yeah, can I play? And then every time I had graphics course going on, I always just played CS and that integrated just getting the game and playing at home and just playing with friends at school.
I started playing CS when I was, I don't know, like 2003, I think, or something like that. That was just for fun, like my brother's PC and stuff like that, like on his account. And then back then, I think it was CS 1.5, so 2005, I think that's when I started playing competitively. That's when I went to my first LAN event. I think rising up through the ranks, I rose up pretty quickly. It didn't take me long to like start playing in the LAN scene. I was just playing online for a little while and some guys just online just started playing in the same area as me and they asked me if I wanted to play. And I just ended up saying yeah, and then just randomly some guy rocks up to my house, picks me up and we go play a LAN tournament. So that's how it all started. And I think at the end of Counter-Strike Source, the roster was me, Boomzer, APOC, Demo Jr. and Top Gun. And at the end of Source, we sort of just went our different ways. People just wanted to quit the game because they didn't feel CSGO or they just wanted to do something different. So at the other time, our other rival was Team Immunity. And they had Sniper, Havoc and Sponge. And then me and Top Gun joined that team to create the Vox Seminole name that we created at the start of CSGO. I know in CSGO, when it first came out, they were the best at the time and pretty much anyone under them was just fighting for like second spot almost.
I think we made that roster mid-2012 and then we went on to win most of the stuff in Australia from then till 2015 with a couple roster changes with Sniper leaving, us picking up Justin.
For me at least, I joined in 2014 midway, I think. That was right before ESL Cologne 2014, so the major, and that was my first tournament actually that we went to internationally. It was kind of weird because I never played with any of them before. Like I knew Aaron beforehand, like throughout the Brisbane scene, but I never actually played with him. But everyone got along like really well, and outside of the game, everyone meshed really well. It was just like a really good environment and atmosphere. Literally everyone on the team got along. Like no one had any issues with each other, and it was really good.
And Justin's making some really good CSGO lounge bets and managing his team friends. We got Chris over here doing the managerial stuff, looking stressed as f***, which is pretty standard, I think.
Around that time, I was playing CS with Justin and Aaron, and I was a bit older than them, so I quit and I got a part-time job kind of working with HLTV, doing some articles and event coverage with those guys. I knew they were getting good because I was watching the HLTV like international scene, and then it got to the point where they kind of didn't know what to do, like they didn't know where to practice in Europe or who to practice against.
What I really wish, I'd be so cool if we could keep Vox Seminole, if we could keep them for a couple of weeks and have them play, you know, online matches and stuff like that in Europe, just because I would love to see how they fare if they get a little bit of chance to catch up with the European scene, because that's one of the big challenges they have being from Australia, is that they practice against other Australian teams and it's not quite the same.
Australian teams, they have horrible net as well.
Back then the scene was like way less structured and way less developed than what it is right now, so there was no like investments or anything like that. Like Australian teams can't go overseas in boot camp and all that stuff. A lot of the time it was like them paying for themselves, or like they had to pay for like some crappy accommodation or something like that.
They asked me if I'd go with them and just help them out. I took some leave of my real job and introduced them to like the practice groups and some European teams, and then they just kept winning and kept getting really good.
Playing bad, look with this, look with that. How about we get some credit? You know, we've come over here all these times, we've beaten Dignitas, Flipside, 3D Max, we beat Fnatic, we just beat Liquid, we should have beaten them by so much more. It was our misplays, not them playing anything good. And I don't know, maybe this is going back to like the American thing. These guys are all on salaries and getting paid now. Does that take away from their passion for the game? Because like from Australia, this is our full-time job. You know, this is secondary for us, and this is the thing we love so much.
We were looking to play, I think it was ESWC 2015 in July or August. We had an invite to that, and we couldn't go. I asked my boss, he said like, no, not really, like you've used up like too much time. I think Chad and Havoc, Luke, I think they were in the same position. I know I had to write some letters for Justin for his university to get him out of assignments and stuff, and it was like either we just don't go to this tournament or we quit. We'd just come back from Gfinity. We had some good results there. A few different teams approached us. We looked at all the offers, took the best on what we thought, which was Renegades. we all pretty much quit our jobs on the same day and went full-time esports. We literally moved, I think, like within a month of that.
It was pretty surreal at the time because it was kind of just like a dream come true almost. Then they offered us a salary. It wasn't much at the time, but it was like pretty good for us, obviously, because we never had an actual salary before that playing CS. So it was like pretty surreal, and just playing CS over there, it was like we weren't really complaining, you know, like it was not something that none of us had done, and yeah, it was just a good experience.
So I think to begin with, we actually had a couple of decent results when we first joined Renegade. First result, I remember we made a top 8 placing at ESWC. And then I think after that we sort of stagnated for a little bit. I mean, we had some rough results, some alright results, but at the end of the day they just weren't good enough, so we eventually changed the lineup.
I came to Detroit Renegades back in January 2017. And that was me, Carlo, Justillo, Rick, Aaron, Justin, and Yam. And obviously Chris was there as a manager too. And that was like the first time I met the Australian guys. So it was like so weird. I woke up into the house, right? And back it was like a team house in Detroit, not like this in LA. And there's like a bunch of Australians in front of me, like speaking like weirdly. I don't know what I can't understand half of them. Aaron, I couldn't understand a single word that he was saying. I was like, and they're all like talking to each other like super fast, and I'm trying to catch up because my English was like, you know, it was alright, but not the best. It was like super weird. But when you look back at it, it's like a nice memory, you know. And what's like 3 years that we are together now, almost.
Alexa, say hello.
Hi there.
That's his girlfriend. That's who he talks to every night.
That's actually from my girlfriend. I keep it close. Few things that makes me irresistible. Prada, Jaguar, a little bit of water. Keep me hydrated all the time.
Start of 2018, it was me, Nifty, Carlo, Justillo, and Justin, the 4 of us. And we had Nefly, but he left to go to Liquid, so we were looking for a new 5th. One day I think Alex was just like, why not Jacob? And we were just like, yeah, we could give that a go for sure. He could come over and we'll give him a trial.
At the time when I got the offer from Renegades, I was kind of at the time, or my point in my career, it was like, this is the last chance. I don't give a anymore, I'm just gonna give it all and see where it takes me, kinda. So I was about to retire, I was about to start working in a normal life. After I decided to leave FaZe, I think my time in FaZe had come, because I wasn't playing good, I was playing under the level I can play on, and I was unhappy and it all was just bad. So I think my time was around the corner to actually get removed from the team. And then we made a team where I thought I was gonna like play with my friends again, created a team in Dignitas, tried to make that work, didn't go as planned. And then I was kind of over it. I'm like, all right, I tried, I did my best, I had a decent run, but I couldn't make it to the top, I didn't have what it took. And then one day, Casa, the coach, and Gomez, the manager, reached out, and the rest just happened quick, and it's been good since.
When Jacob first joined, I definitely think it was a breath of fresh air. The guy is hilarious and funny, and he can definitely bring some positive stuff to the team.
We went to the first tournament where we started off 0-2, and I thought like, yeah, well, I tried. And then we actually brought it back and made it to the playoffs and almost beat FaZe on one map in the playoffs, which was the best team in the world almost at the time. After that, I think they started believing in me, I believed in the team as well. And from there, we just, kind of like a puzzle, we just grabbed a couple of pieces and it ended up being like a good team in the end.
When we picked up Jay and Sean, we weren't really sure what was going to happen. Everything was up in the air with roster changes and stuff.
I came in February, and then maybe like 6 to 8 months after I got picked up, they got picked up.
They were just good players, and we needed a change up in the team. And what a good change it's been, right?
I started playing Counter-Strike in 2014. I had just gotten the new PC. You hope to get picked up into an international team, but you never expect it to happen. It just happened. This dude named Will, Mr. Greyhound, came along and was like, hey, do you guys want to come play for me? And we were like, yeah, dude, what are you offering it? And he was basically offering money.
I played matchmaking with my mates, and they thought I was pretty good, and they were playing in teams, and so they wanted to play with me. That's how it started. I didn't even want to play Counter-Strike competitively, I was just playing it for fun. I think the first name was Divineer, and then that became Vice Gaming, which became Alpha Sydney, which became Athletico, which became Tainted Minds. I think I left Tainted Minds to join Kings, which became Order. But yeah, that Order was my second team, this is my third team ever. I got a message from Renegades and they just said to put me in contact with Order, and within 2 weeks I'd already signed a contract and I was getting on a flight. It all really happened very quickly.
So when we got Jay and Sean, the motivation and mood kind of changed. We had 2 younger guys in, eager to prove themselves and show that they can do it, just like we had in the previous iterations of the rosters.
I think them coming in has definitely revitalized everyone. Obviously it's been a while now since we picked them up, but they've really changed our team for the better, and we've all just been gelling really well.
I think that was pretty much instant. I think like as soon as we came, it seemed like everyone was like super keen to just like start winning. And we just started like smashing teams online, and then
we actually played some online games, I think, in the ESL Pro League when they first joined. We had like some PC issues in the house.
We were playing like one of our EPL matches, and my computer kept overheating and my FPS would drop and it would just randomly shut off and all this other stupid happening. And it's just because the fan and the PC stopped working, and it was like 0 degrees outside.
We were living in Michigan, it was like snowing, right? So it was like a blizzard.
And so Chris Gomez just took my PC outside, made like a makeshift like table with cardboard, put my PC under it. PC was outside, the wires coming in. I was playing on the other side of the room to everyone.
So we had like 4 PCs in a row, and then we had like Jay all the way near the kitchen, just playing from the kitchen with his PC outside.
It wasn't the best setup in the world, but it worked. The PC stayed cold. I got through the games.
So that was like kind of like a weird environment, but I think we won all those games online. So having like all those problems and then also winning all the games online, we knew like it was going to be a pretty good like team. I think it's kind of hard not to look at the the future and like the bright things that are happening.
We have had our like up and downs, but the pickup was definitely what took this team to the next level.
This team has made history. This is the first time that we have seen a team from Australia at the top 4 at a major. Tell us what's going through your head right now.
I mean, obviously, we all feel disappointed right now. We kind of hope to do more, even when we can reach the semi-finals, but we just lost. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you just cannot win. I mean, I want to say I'm proud of my team right there, and they showed a lot of like mental strength, and we came back from 0-2 to reach the semi-finals, and we were always a unit from the day one since we like gathered in the last October or what was it, and till this day we just remain a unit and we'll keep being a unit as we are. So keep moving forward, keep learning, and hopefully one of these days we're gonna win one of these events.
Finally, one last word for the fans.
I mean, guys, we love you all. This is why we love this game. This is why we are here. Without you, it wouldn't be so beautiful. We just love you all. That's it.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts, Kasad. Give it up one last time. It's the Renegades.
We just finished a major at Berlin. We were at a high point in our careers. We wanted to go to a next level.
And we started getting contacted me by like a lot of orgs. I swear it was like 7, 8, 9 orgs that contacted us and wanted us ASAP. And then when 100 Thieves reached out, we decided that this was the best one, no doubt, and we just fought for that one, and glad we ended up here.
We have agreed to a transfer for the now former Renegades roster.
Yes!
We are
playing for like, I think in one of America's premier org at the moment. It was just like, yeah, it was just really cool to know that they wanted you. We wanted to play for them, they wanted us, so yeah, it worked out really well.
Really sick to be like the 100 Thieves team. A team after us in the following years comes along and takes our spot. We'll still be like the original 100 Thieves team, so it's pretty sick. Just hope we can get some trophies while we're here.
We take a lot of pride, a huge amount of pride, being able to represent Australia in the way that we do. Even though esports isn't huge in Australia, if you put in the effort and given the opportunity, you can make some big results happen, and we want to keep doing that for sure and show everyone that we can keep going.
Representing Australia, it adds additional like fire and additional like fuel to the whole thing. Obviously, me and Jacob are like from different countries, but you get the point. And now that we are getting the support of 100 Thieves, and we get to like take everything to the next level, and those are trophies, like building legacies and everything like that. So yeah, I can say I'm pretty proud so far, but this is not even close to what we want to do.
For us to make a legacy under 100 Thieves and in Australian esports is huge. I still feel like we haven't hit our best CS, so I feel like there's still so much more to show.
We want to win things, multiple things, all the things. That's what I want to do. I don't know about the rest of the guys, but I think they're on the pretty same page with me. We just want trophies right now. We want like #1 spot. That is what we are aiming for this year, every year.